At the moment there are 6 videos in this playlist with this video along about the fuel tank. I have already invested several hundreds euros to this project, but there is still no final solution. And if you are thinking about doing something similar, then you should watch everything attentively, both in this and in previous videos, and maybe you will change your mind. Who would have thought that out of the entire huge project to design this boat, the most difficult would be the issue with displaying correct fuel level readings on the dashboard there. In the last part of the project I convinced you against doing this, but I had already invested so much efforts and money that I have no way back. I still advise you to think twice before you do this with your tank. See arguments against such integration in the previous part, and maybe at the end of this part we will also draw some conclusion, and maybe everything won't be so bad. The material have been collected over a long period of time, so I will record connecting parts whenever possible. What can be so complicated? Just build in a sander, put the gauge there, and that's it. Well, no. Firstly, as it turned out, this flange is leaking, and this cannot be overcome. Let's take a look at this first. Guys, it leaks again, yeah? So what I did, I closed this ventil for a day, so some pressure is there. Then I did this way. Well, open it, and you can see like it leaks again. So I guess because of the pressure it creates some movements here. I don't know actually, but I cannot win these leaks. I tried to screw more, as you can see here, this nitrile sealing goes off. Well, it looks like here is no solution for this tank. I don't know. Yeah, on this, because it's like movable plastic and can pressurized, is it correct word? So it's quite challenging. I honestly don't know how to overcome this problem. Well, I can screw more and more every time the gasket comes out then, but I think I need to change something. I'm wondering how they did here. Also, the gasket there, the gasket under screws, but it works. Yeah, nothing clicks here, never. So what is the problem here? I don't know. Do you have any ideas? So it was for a day here with opened ventil, so depressurized. Is it the right word? And then I rotated, nothing leaks. But now I put the ventil closed in the morning, so half day, and it's pressurized there. Let's see what will happen. Well, yeah, more or less fine, but it goes here now. But look, the gasket is actually damaged already. I think it doesn't go, it's not so worse anymore here because I think I screw more and more every time. But in general, this solution on the plastic tank in general is a problem. It's a big problem. So it's flexible, and that particular solution is not suitable actually. Well, I have some ideas. I'm not sure that it's possible to resolve by another hard gasket or something. I have idea, yeah. So it's not yet done, but interesting point that you will see it soon. And let's see if it works. I left windy place so that you can hear me. Okay, clear. The second problem is that the readings are so and quite useless, especially regarding zero. And this is also very difficult to overcome. This was all in previous videos. So we are considering two main problems here: leakage and accuracy of readings, especially close to zero, to the empty tank. Both problems are closely related in real life, so we need to first discuss materials that are resistant to modern gasoline. Forget about gasoline from 20 years ago. Yeah, modern gas is 10% alcohol, and this must be taken into account. Well, there are several sources that consider the resistance of, let's say, rubber stuff and plastic to gasoline. Yeah. At least 3 links I will give in the description, and here I have a printout from one of them. Another one I wanted to show you on my computer, but for some reason I don't have internet in my garage now, so you will just check it yourself. So here we have gasoline. We have different like ethanol stuff, but we don't need to think about it. We think about gasoline because this source of course knows that modern gasoline is 10% alcohol. Yeah. So, and we see different kind of materials. At the moment, Kalrez is considered the best material that is resistant to gasoline and actually almost everything. 1 means the best one, 4 means the worst. Look at that link and you will find out it. So, but it is virtually impossible to buy it in any form. So let's forget about it. The next one is Viton or FFKM. I don't know transcription right now. I don't want to check it again. So, and if Viton gaskets or piece of Viton, not the original one, probably can still be found with difficulty. It's not necessarily green. Usually it will be the same black like the next one that we now consider soon. So then sealant based on it is very difficult to get. So, for example, here we have one which is called fluoride caulk, Viton sealant. Sorry for my French, but look at the cost. Quotation to me. So, guys, let's say it's also virtually impossible to find. So the next one is Nitrile, or NBR. No, not NBA, NBR. Yeah, so this source says gives also 1. Other source you can watch the link gives 2, and yeah, it's true. So with modern gasoline, Nitrile is so but quite good. With this stuff, it is better in terms of the presence of gasket or pieces of this material, but it is not the best material for gasoline. Most likely the gasket will be distorted and will leak. And if you buy the Chinese piece of Nitrile from AliExpress, then you don't know what crap they will send you. Look at the variety of this rubber. This is from the local trader. It's all different types. Actually, I have more. Well, yeah. So, and I think it is from Swedish manufacturer, so you can trust. And this one I actually bought from Worth just for 14 euros, if I remember right, something like that. Really not expensive in compare with Viton for 1,000 euro per square meter. Yeah, so here prices for different nitrile per square meter, but I haven't seen any sealant with nitrile at all. And guys, forget about neoprene, silicone, no, and even polyurethane. Yeah, so two. Well, two, I think it's too much. They are not for gasoline. So what about sealants? Well, there are no much options actually. So you just look for something that is more or less available for you to buy and described as resistant to gasoline. But this is all, but this is also tricky. So the resistant doesn't often mean constant contact with gasoline. For example, let's take a look at this example. It's quite famous plastic padding. Gasket for engine should be okay with gasoline, but here on the clear English said ei kestä jatkuvasti bensiinin vaikutusta. So it means, it was Finnish, not French. You cannot keep it constantly in gasoline. I think they wrote this seller after some feedbacks. This one, guys, is quite available for you in the UK, in the US. Yeah, but guys, when you read feedbacks on Amazon about this Permatex, I usually quite critical to feedbacks, but when you read this amount of 111 star about like how it doesn't work, then you begin to understand that it's not the right material. And when you know the theory, for example, this that I explained you, then you can really trust that maybe that is not okay. Epoxy. We don't use epoxy because we need flexible connection to be flexible. So that kind of Loctite, yeah. But chemical dimethicrylate ester, well, I don't know. So another Loctite, by the way, just 10 euro. Well, look, it's like seals flanges. Wow, that's what we need. Subject to vibrations, that's what we need. Retains effective properties. Look, gasoline. Well, but what is material? Resin isopropanol. Sorry for this French terminology. So yeah, I bought it, but well, we don't know. So I ended up with these two, this one and that from Worth, and that is polyurethane. So I ended up with them, and I will include now recorded material of how I tested them. It's not much, it's not really test, but let's take a look. Well, they lay there for a month, along with everything that we tested for on sinkability. Yeah, and I don't see the black one, it was here. I do see this red one, black probably also there. Yeah, so somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Because to find the right sealing for gas for the average person and all for reasonable money is almost impossible. In the end, you just buy what you can buy, and I bought this too. On the topic of leakage, let's now move on to the structure of the tank and actually the flange. In reality, the problem is that there is clearly not enough area outside of bolts here. Yeah, so you can see. Well, because it's a certain standard. Yeah. So I've developed my own flange options. I will just briefly show them and that's all about them. Yeah, so like that one where more area around and yeah, this one for SIA 5 and this part for connecting them from here. Just briefly because they haven't made them for me yet and I don't know if somebody interested in this. So I also bought Nitrile for them, so 4 millimeters. Well, because Viton is 1,000 euro per square meters, I don't want to buy it. So okay, I don't want to go into details with this. If anyone needs it, let me know in comments. Then maybe I will make a video. Let's go on the topic of reading accuracy. The only option was to rise this float. Why? Watch all previous part. So now I will show recorded material where I first try it to make from the polyurethane foam. Let's try. So guys, that's the idea. Music is not mine, neighbors. So I put it, it's radio, this way, yeah. Well, I think you got the point. I don't give much comments. The problem is that I don't like this material, yeah. So this polyurethane foam. And I'm supposed to make this from the right material like Nitrophil, but in that case I was thinking that I cut 2 halves. I put it here, one with smaller diameter, another with the bigger one, and somehow stitch it with cable ties or nylon, or probably with nylon screws. With this foam I can do it this way, but every time when I remove it, it crush something. But I think if it's touch the bottom, it won't lose, even if I have big diameter. But anyway, I don't know how it will behave. And the material itself I didn't like much, but at least that's the idea. I need to get the right material. That's quite difficult. So guys, this you have seen tests in the water. I think about 1 centimeter sink when this float push it. If we don't have the weight of this one, so maybe half centimeters. Yeah, in gasoline will be something similar, but I don't know how long it will last. Anyway guys, you got the point, and I quite surprised why manufacturers of these sanders don't provide something like that out of the shelves. When they install this float, they could offer such solution for people who want to measure right from the bottom. I have seen quite a lot of people want to do this. And in case when we cannot get even longer sensor and have 2 centimeters from the bottom we have additional 2 or 3 centimeters here on the dead zone. So I'm quite surprised that no one come with this solution out of the shelves like manufacturers, or they could offer it as an option, yeah, something on the hinges that you put you stick here as you wish, yeah, according to your specification, because you can select like high precision sensor, the sensor of specific length, mounting options. Why not this option? Yeah, because this dead zone here is like technological for safety, but we can overcome it this way, yeah. And manufacturers, they can do this because they have access to the non-magnetic right material like Nitrophil. Yeah, but okay guys, but you got the point how to make it. The only problem is the right material. Summer is coming, kids. Yeah, well guys, I think that's it, because I will end this video. Maybe you give some ideas. I will try to source Nitrophil. Yeah, for those who are in the US, they can buy it. For me, they offer me like 20, the minimum quantity, and another website in the US, they told me no, we cannot ship outside of the US. So you can probably buy and do this. My only concern, I don't know how the Nitrophil feels, so my only concern if I can do it the same way, like push this part through the small hole but still have free movement here. Otherwise I supposed to cut it. So first I supposed to drill one side hole and the bigger one on another side, cut it and use wire ties or nylon screws. They will sink it more, but probably I can do the same way, push it through the Nitrophil. Yeah, if you have some other idea, give me that. And I think you understand that it would also give the right full tank measurements, because the full tank shows when we have this float here, but the gasoline in this tank is not pushed that, so it's not when it's on the top. So that one will also push it, but probably too much, so it needs to be adjusted. I got a Nitrophil, I don't know, and tried it. Now recorded material about this option. So that piece of Nitrophil from Netherlands for €31 plus delivery, no taxes. Well, how I would describe the material if you never touched this? Just listen. So, well, it's difficult to transfer the sense by video. So, but I think you got the idea. A kind of I don't know, like hard form, something like that. Not a rubber at all, no. So yeah, well, I think it will be difficult to work in the same way as I did with urethane foam. Something else delivered. Yeah, so let's see. Well, that's my marking to fit to this hole a little bit lower. Yeah, it's quite expensive material. Yeah, I already invested a couple €100 to this project and I still want to resolve it. Yeah, but I don't want just to waste material, especially if I do some mistakes. Let's try. well, a kind of, how would I say, crisp, no, fragile. Yeah, guys, you know better. But I don't know how to explain this material, unfortunately. But that's something that will be difficult to work with. I don't know how I will fit it here. Well, the drilling is not the same like polyurethane foam, so yeah, that's what we have after drilling with this drill. Well, you have seen if I push, I can go through, but I think that this hole will remain after pushing with the same diameter as I have here. I will take a risk on another idea. What is the risk? The risk that I spend material that I don't have. But okay, let's try. Failed. Yeah. The idea is so. Yeah. Well, I have no other idea than just make a new piece, drill a hole, cut on 2 halves correctly, yeah, and then stitch them together. I'm not sure about nylon screws. I think nylon cable ties. Yeah. Well, guys, let's forget about this idea. I will try more. Yeah, I tried something, but no, guys, it's terrible. Yeah, so I don't want even to describe this. I will still try. I will try to see first half tank there instead of quarter, as we have seen. I will try probably to see zero at, let's say, at least couple liters instead of 8, but no, no, guys, this idea rejected entirely. No, it doesn't even go with this tie. If you use a smaller one than in the shorter one, no, I don't believe in any good result with this option anyway. The material is quite difficult to work with, and no, just no. So we don't have much options. I don't know that capacitive sensor or ultrasound will work here. So we basically have just one option, the longer sender and a spacer here. Yeah, well, guys, I put it back here. That's from our previous experiment where we supposed to have half tank. It looks like on a Wima gauge we have worse results than here on CUS. I'm not sure. Yeah, but guys, I'm now thinking that probably I don't need to make a straight surface there in the board, because it's actually better when it's this way. Yeah, then we have better results and the better zero. Yeah, one of the ideas. After that, I tested the tank here on the ground and in the board on land. Let's take a look. So, and this is full tank, almost full. I don't like this to be extremely full, all 25 liters, so I added additional 10 to 12.5 that we had here, so it's almost 23 liters, 22 with something. Yeah, and it doesn't show full at all, even close. I think it's quite straight here. I can try. Let's do it this way. Yeah, look. Yeah, so I think the idea to have it in the board with angle, as it was actually before I made a flat bed, let's say, there, I think it would be even better. By the way, I think that the gasket from Nitrile already have some wearing signs. Yeah, but the main point that it's not full tank. Yeah, well, by the way, I'm ready to put this to the board right now. Yeah, and let's check what we see there. I remind you how it's made here. Yeah, so this support, this bed that I made for the fuel tank, so otherwise it would be in that direction and it probably would be better at the moment, but the idea was that everything is straight here, so fuel is banded like this nicely. Here the vent is open and fuel sensor is there connected this way. I am not yet decided about the cable management because the solution is not final, and this ventilation is close to this vents because you have to provide ventilation, good ventilation, if you have gasoline here. Actually the battery should be in the box. Well, I will think later about it, but it's quite reliable, and everything what I done there is sealed, and the switch that I have there is ignition protected. It's very important, guys, to have it here. So my only concern that I have this table for fish cleaning here, and it closed this ventilation. Yeah, so that idea I don't like at the moment, but let's see. Let's take a look now. Well, guys, yeah, close to full tank. Yeah, when the nose will be up, probably we will see the full tank. So maybe not that bad actually, especially when the nose will be really up, yeah. So now we're about 1 degree up, and we will be able to know our angle because I have precision sensor there for autopilot. I have video about all this stuff on my channel. So look promising. I don't know, but let's see. So a lot of subjects covered here in this video number 7, but the problems have not yet been solved. There will be a continuation, but the first thing next time we will test the readings in real conditions. Well, if actually someone interested in this, I am not sure yet if I need to make all these efforts without a feedback. Well, but thank you guys, subscribe, see you next time, bye.